I don't own any Nitro-V knives. I never used the steel, never sharpened it, never seen it under the microscope. So when Knife and Tools had the Big Idea Design Lookout on sale, I figured this is my excuse. This is a fixed EDC blade. It's small, it's pocketable, it's also full Tang, and it has a kydex sheath. The Nitro-V version I bought was cheap, and I wanted to know what the steel is like in practice. How does it cut? How does it sharpen? And how does it look under magnification? So today we're going to open this up. We're going to look at the build, look at the sheath, and then of course we're going to put the factory edge under the microscope. And I'll tell you now, there is good news and there is bad news. Okay, let's see what is in the box. Okay, so we have some patches, they're nice. Then some stickers, of course, a cleaning cloth, and then here we have the knife. First thing, it's small. It's smaller than I expected, honestly. It's a 2.2 inch blade and it's 6.2 inches overall. So 15 centimeters and about 6 centimeters blade length. This is a genuinely pocket-sized knife, and it's definitely not a camp knife or a bushcraft tool. It's a fixed blade and it's meant for EDC. The size does make sense for that. It has a clip point blade and a stone wash finish. Let's quickly measure the Tang. Voila. Oh. Can you guys see that? Yeah, it's 3.14 millimeters on the spine. So that's actually quite thick for how short it is. So this thing definitely has some substance to it. It has natural micarta handles and, as I said, a full Tang constructions. Here on the kydex sheet it has a titanium clip. So the micarta feels good. It is smooth, but it's not slippery, and it will certainly develop some character over time. Okay, let's take a look at the fit and finish. So I want to be careful here, because at arm's length, when you look at it from afar, the knife looks very, very clean. It really does, but when you start to look closely, and we always look closely on this channel, a few things do show up. So let's put it under the microscope. So here is the first thing. The Tang is sitting proud of the scales on this side. You can see it clearly under magnification. The steel is standing above the micarta. You can feel it with your fingernail, but under the scope there is no ambiguity. The scales and the Tang do not sit flush. So, of course, it's not going to make the knife cut any worse, but it's a finishing step that wasn't taken. And on a knife at this price point, that's something I do notice and I do care about. Now, look at this. Let's take a look at the edge. This is the edge, and as you can see, there are small fragments. So these are Burr remnants that are still sitting on the apex. They're little pieces of steel that should have been cleaned off before the knife shipped. They're not deep, and undoubtedly they'll come off the first time it touches a stone, but they're there, and they tell you the final edge work wasn't finished. And here, alongside the edge, you can see the apex line isn't straight. It is a bit wavy. So the grind is consistent and the bevel is there, but the very last micrometers, the last part that actually does the cutting, wanders a little. So, alright, none of this is catastrophic, but I want to be upfront about something. This knife, even in Nitro-V version on sale, is going north of 200 euros. At that price point, I expect the scales and tangs to be flush. I expect the burr to be cleaned off, and I expect the apex to be perfectly straight. These are the finishing steps, and the finishing steps are where this knife falls short. Alright, the sheath. Let's talk about the sheath. This actually is what sold me on this knife. It has two kydex sheaths in the box, one for left-hand carry and one for right-hand carry, and one titanium pocket clip that fits on either one. You can just move it. So the fit of this knife is actually perfect. There's no rattling. It's really very solid. You can shake it, you can turn it upside down. It's absolutely not going anywhere. Also, it has a nice click to it. It's really tactile, and it's just nice. That's really the balance you want in a kydex sheath. They did a very, very, very good job making this kydex sheath. And actually, if the sheath is not good, you will never carry this knife. For example, this Pakaya, it's an absolutely awesome knife, but the sheath is well, there's a rattle into it. It comes loose a bit too easy, and of course, I noticed that I carry it less than my other knives. I really love this knife. I think the knife is absolutely great, but the sheath is lacking. This is not the case with this lookout. So this they nailed. Then let's talk about the steel. This is Nitro-V. It's made by Burr, and it is pretty much in the same family as AEB-L and 14C28N. Similar composition, it has similar performance. It's fine-grained, stainless. It's known for decent edge stability and being easy to sharpen. It's definitely not a super steel at all, and it's not trying to be. It's a well-understood, well-behaved steel that does its job without too much drama. And sometimes that's exactly what you want. Big ID Design runs it at 61 to 62 HRC. That is a very solid hardness for this steel. I picked the Nitro-V over the Magna-Cut version for two reasons. One, it was on sale, and I've never worked with it. I've read the specs, I know what people say about it, but I've never had it in my hands. And as you know, you learn a steel by using it, how it cuts, how it responds on the stones, what it looks like under magnification after you've done your work on it, and that's what I want to find out with this steel. Okay, so the edge, let's do a comparison here. So we've seen the Burr fragments and the wavy apex line on this one, but I want to give you some context. So what should a factory edge look like? Because maybe I'm being unfair, maybe this is just what factory edges look like when you put them under the microscope. Let me show you. So here we have this Bradley 2. Let's see how Spyderco did and put it under the microscope. So as you can see, this is a Spyderco factory edge. It's the same scope, it has the same magnification, and it's the same kind of shot. This is a Spyderco factory edge. Look at the difference. The apex is uniform, it is consistent, it is clean along the entire length. To me, this is the benchmark. Spyderco sets the standard for factory edges, and they've been doing it for years, in my opinion. This lookout doesn't come close to that. That's the honest assessment. But I want to be clear about something. I don't think this is really a disaster. And you know why. Every knife I own, and probably every knife you own, gets sharpened. Because that's what we do. A factory edge is a starting point, it's definitely not a destination. Some manufacturers give you a better starting point than others, and Spyderco is, in my opinion, the gold standard in that regard, at least in recent years. But the factory edge is not where any knife is going to live. I'll sharpen this, of course, I'll clean it up properly, and then we'll see what this Nitro-V can actually do. The steel isn't the problem here. The finishing, however, is definitely the problem. So first impressions, my first impressions of this knife. What I like, I like the size. I like the design a lot. I like the kydex sheath. The sheath is genuinely excellent. Pocket carry just works. I also like the Nitro-V. It's a solid choice for an EDC fixed blade. And the overall concept, small, clean, no nonsense, that works for me. What I do not love, at over 200 euros, even on sale, I expect more. The Tang sitting proud of the scales, the Burr fragments still on the edge, the wavy apex. These are finishing details, and the finishing is where this knife doesn't justify its price. That's my take on things, at least. But the steel is good, the design is right, and the sheath makes me want to carry it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sharpen it, I'm going to carry it, and see how this Nitro-V performs in the real world. And we'll come back to this knife in a follow-up video once I've put some work into the edge. So that's the lookout. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch another video, you can click one of the videos above here. See you guys later. And please subscribe.